Foreign companies are quietly moving to Malaysia, and it's not by accident. It's part of a slow but strategic shift in global manufacturing and investment patterns. Malaysia has become one of the most attractive destinations in Asia for companies that want stability, talent, and access to global markets without the high costs and political risks found elsewhere. One of the main reasons is location. Malaysia sits right in the middle of Southeast Asia, close to major shipping routes that connect China, Japan, India, and Australia. Its ports in Penang, Port Klang, and Johor make it easy for companies to move goods efficiently to the rest of the world. Logistics infrastructure is strong, highways are modern, and the airports are among the best in the region. This makes Malaysia a perfect regional base for companies that want to reach both Western and Asian markets without bottlenecks or delays. The next reason is stability. While neighboring countries often deal with political swings, Malaysia has managed to maintain consistent economic and trade policies that investors can rely on. It's a country that respects contracts, allows foreign ownership, and supports international business operations without excessive bureaucracy. This sense of predictability is rare in developing markets, and it's something corporations value deeply when planning billion-dollar supply chains. Another key factor is diversification. Many global companies have learned that depending entirely on China for manufacturing carries big risks. Trade tensions, tariffs, and strict lockdown policies in the past made businesses realize they need China plus one strategies, meaning they want another base outside China to balance production. Malaysia has quietly become one of the top choices for that. It offers a similar level of industrial development, but with fewer restrictions and friendlier business regulations. Malaysia's workforce is also a strong magnet. The country has one of the best educated populations in Southeast Asia, with high English proficiency and strong technical skills. Universities in Penang, Selangor, and Kuala Lumpur produce thousands of engineers, IT experts, and skilled technicians every year. This makes it easier for global tech and manufacturing companies to hire locally instead of importing talent. Multinationals like Intel, Texas Instruments, and Infineon have already proven that Malaysia's talent pool can handle complex semiconductor and electronics production at a global level. Cost is another major advantage. Compared to Singapore, labor and land costs in Malaysia are far lower, yet productivity remains high. Companies can build advanced factories, hire skilled workers, and still spend a fraction of what they would in more expensive markets. When the goal is to stay competitive globally, this balance between cost and quality becomes irresistible. Malaysia's government policies also play a big role. Agencies like MIDA, the Malaysian Investment Development Authority, actively attract foreign investors with tax incentives, grants, and streamlined permits. There are special economic zones like the Iskandar region in Johor and the Penang Free Industrial Zone where companies get infrastructure support and logistical advantages. These zones are designed to make setting up operations fast and efficient. The technology ecosystem is another reason companies are shifting to Malaysia. The country is positioning itself as a regional hub for semiconductors, electronics, and renewable energy. The semiconductor sector alone has been booming. Malaysia now handles around 13% of global chip testing and packaging. Major global players are expanding their Malaysian operations to meet rising global demand. For example, Intel recently committed billions to expanding its plant in Penang, while Infineon announced massive new investments in power semiconductor production. These moves attract smaller suppliers and partners to follow, creating a ripple effect of new foreign investment. Energy reliability also matters. Malaysia has a stable energy grid, strong renewable projects, and competitive energy prices. For industries that depend on consistent power supply, like electronics, chemicals, and data centers, this is a critical factor. Countries with frequent power outages or unstable grids lose out. Malaysia's dependable energy system is one of the quiet advantages that keeps pulling investors in. Then there's connectivity. Malaysia's digital infrastructure has improved significantly. Fast internet, 5G rollout, and digital-friendly regulations allow tech and service companies to run operations efficiently. Kuala Lumpur is emerging as a secondary hub for financial services, data centers, and digital logistics firms. Big tech players are starting to notice that they can set up offices or cloud facilities in Malaysia at lower costs than in Singapore, yet remain close to the same market. Corporate culture also plays a role. Malaysia is multilingual and multicultural, bridging Asian and Western business styles. It's easy for American, European, Japanese, and Korean firms to adapt here because English is widely spoken, contracts follow international standards, and the business environment feels professional and cooperative. There's a sense of trust and openness that helps negotiations move faster. Foreign companies are also attracted by Malaysia's trade network. The country is part of key trade agreements like RCEP, the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, and has free trade deals with many major economies. This gives businesses in Malaysia tariff-free or reduced-cost access to massive markets across Asia and beyond. It's a quiet but powerful incentive that lets products made in Malaysia reach more countries at lower cost. Geopolitics adds another layer. With rising tensions between the US and China, many multinational firms want to avoid being caught in the middle. Malaysia's neutral foreign policy offers a safe base for both Western and Chinese companies. It maintains strong relations with the US, China, Japan, and Europe without taking sides. That makes it ideal for global supply chains that cross political lines. In manufacturing, Malaysia's transformation is especially noticeable. Once known mainly for palm oil and basic assembly, the country now produces advanced components for cars, planes, and electronics. Foreign investors see that Malaysia is no longer a low-skill manufacturing base, it's moving up the value chain, offering precision engineering, automation, and R&D. Automotive giants are investing in EV component plants, while pharmaceutical companies are expanding biotech research centers. This shift shows confidence that Malaysia can support complex industries, not just cheap labor. Real estate trends also tell the same story. Industrial parks across Penang, Selangor, and Johor are filling up with new factories and logistics hubs. Many of these are quietly leased to global companies under local subsidiaries, keeping the moves under the radar. But the pattern is clear: more companies are setting up in Malaysia while scaling back in higher cost or higher risk countries. The pandemic accelerated this change. When global supply chains broke down, Malaysia's steady handling of production continuity and logistics recovery impressed many multinational firms. While others shut down, Malaysia managed to keep critical sectors running, especially in semiconductors and medical supplies. That reliability built trust that continues today. The country's banking and financial system also supports business growth. Malaysia's banking network is sophisticated, offering stable currency management, business loans, and transparent regulations. It's easy for foreign firms to repatriate profits, open accounts, and transact internationally. Compared to some countries where financial rules are uncertain, Malaysia gives investors peace of mind that their money and operations are secure. Environmental standards are another plus. As global companies face stricter ESG goals, Malaysia offers cleaner energy options, green industrial zones, and sustainability incentives. Many multinational firms choose Malaysia because they can meet their environmental commitments while still operating efficiently. It's not just about saving money, it's about protecting brand reputation. Foreign companies are also finding opportunities in Malaysia's growing domestic market. With a population of over 33 million, rising income levels, and a growing middle class, Malaysia offers not just a production base but also a solid consumer base. Companies setting up factories can also sell directly to local buyers, expanding their market reach. The education system is another advantage. Malaysia has international schools, technical colleges, and research centers linked with global institutions. Foreign companies often collaborate with these institutions to train local engineers and managers. This helps ensure that the talent pipeline never runs dry. One more subtle reason for the quiet move is Malaysia's reputation for moderation and harmony. It's a country that blends modern life with strong cultural roots, creating a peaceful social environment. For foreign managers and their families, living in Malaysia is comfortable, safe cities, good healthcare, international schools, and affordable living. This improves employee retention and makes it easier for companies to post foreign staff without worry. When all these factors combine, location, stability, cost, talent, and reliability, Malaysia becomes a clear choice for expansion. That's why companies from the US, Japan, South Korea, Germany, and even China are increasing their presence here. Some do it quietly to avoid publicity or political attention, but the trend is unmistakable. Malaysia's foreign direct investment numbers keep climbing, especially in high-tech manufacturing and renewable energy. What's interesting is that Malaysia doesn't need to shout about it. While other countries aggressively advertise their industrial potential, Malaysia's steady approach has been enough to attract smart investors who value substance over noise. The results are visible: more factories, more tech parks, more data centers, and more global companies planting roots here. This quiet migration could redefine Malaysia's economic future. As supply chains realign and the world looks for dependable production bases, Malaysia stands to become one of the main beneficiaries. The country's mix of business-friendly policies, strong infrastructure, and educated workforce makes it a natural hub for the next phase of global growth. In the next few years, the world will notice what's already happening: a silent wave of investment reshaping Malaysia's economy. The moves may be quiet, but the impact will be loud. Factories will rise, jobs will grow, exports will increase, and Malaysia will strengthen its position as one of Asia's most dependable and advanced industrial nations. Foreign companies see what's coming: a stable, connected, and tech-driven Malaysia ready for the future. That's why they're moving now, quietly but decisively, before the rest of the world catches on.